Now, I said that if Manchester United didn't get 3 points against Wolves tonight, that you would see me crash out on this channel for the first time. Well, it seems that that potential crash out lives another week. And it will not happen today. Wolves won, Manchester United 4. And I'm gonna run through the game quite quickly, um, because I don't think it's anything to really dissect. I don't think it's a game that holds much importance. Wolves have got 2 points from 15 games in this Premier League season. I believe that is a record of the least points accumulated after 15 games. So this is nothing to write home about. This is nothing to be excited about. This is nothing to be, the only thing you can do is gain momentum from this. But other than that, there is nothing to celebrate here, in my opinion. And I'll just run through the game quickly. I mean, Xerxes was dropped to the bench with a front three of Cunha returning to his old club and Mount and Mbeumo. The same back three that started last week's game, Shaw, Heaven and Mazraoui. Um, Dallo kept his place and the rest of the team is pretty much the same. And listen, early in the game, we had some early chances. I remember Dallo had a chance, and Burmo had a chance. And then and people, you guys know me, I've been saying this for a while now, that it's not the way we're playing football is seems to be a bit displeasing. I said a bit, very displeasing, but also just the way we're scoring goals, they're just not good goals. And the first goal was another example of that. Probably one of the most um, unesthetic, unesthetically pleasing goals I've ever seen. Um, Shout out to Casemiro pressing and winning the ball. And then we're on a 2v1 attack. Cunha, pressing the defender. I feel like Cunha really should have shot. Really, Cunha should have taken that for himself. But clearly, since he's been back from injury, Cunha seems to be having a little bit of a confidence issue. But he must have heard Bruno shout for it. He peels it back to Bruno, but it's actually a weak ball. And Bruno kind of has to gather it, maneuver a bit, and then he scuffs the shot. And I even think the keeper should do better, but he doesn't. And it is 1-0 to United. But then what happens at the end of the first half? Wolverhampton Wanderers have a spell where they're really pressurizing us. And in that first half, and this is why I even say, especially in the first half watching that game, it was really, really bad. The crash out could have really still come if that first half performance continued, because Wolves with 2 points this season, that was an even game. I want to even say maybe Wolves had a bit more about themselves in the first half, and that paid dividends to at right at the end. I think it was Bellegarde, I believe his name is, and he gets the equalizer with a very neat finish from an unorthodox cross, and he makes it 1-1. And Wolves were actually playing football, and of course it's against us. I couldn't believe that. I'm watching the game and I'm thinking to myself, raw, like, I don't know if we're gonna win this, because Wolves, it seemed like an equal game. And yeah, just that alone is a joke, by the way. But hey, gone into half time, it's 1-1. And I'm thinking, will Wolves actually come out, and because they scored the goal right before the first half, will they come out and get the second? But in the second half, it really was all United. All United. We took control of the game, grabbed it, and we didn't really let it go since then. And we had some early chances in the second half, and eventually it leads to Mbeumo's goal. Um, Cunha, Cunha playing a nice ball, dissecting ball through the players, through the defenders. Dallo latches onto it, and then Dallo, lovely, lovely weighted ball, just squares it to Mbeumo, and Mbeumo puts it into an empty net. And then the game goes on, and we get our third. Again, because the game at that point was just us attacking, trying. Again, did I really see any real patterns of play? Not really. I just saw give the ball to Bruno, and let Bruno try um, assist. Literally that. That's what it seems, and it paid dividends in the end. In this game against Wolves, obviously. But Bruno with a nice ball in behind. Mount runs in behind. Mount runs in behind. Sorry, and latches onto the cross on the volley, and he just guides the ball into the corner. It wasn't even really the corner, but it was on target, and it was a good goal. That was a good goal. But again, when I say I want to see my team scoring good goals, I mean a whole team goal. I mean through the system, not just inshallah Bruno passing, which he does very well at times, um, and us scoring from that because we know that that's an avenue to score. But yeah, man. But it was a good goal, very good goal from Mount. And then the pressure mounts even more, excuse the pun, and we do get a penalty. Ahmad taking a shot, handball. And the realness is that the handball in the first half was even more of a handball. So I was a bit confused as to this one got given, but that one didn't in the first half. But Bruno puts it away, cool and calmly collected, in a cool and calm, collected fashion. That leaves us in sixth position now with 25 points, level with Chelsea in fifth. And we are 5 points away from Villa in third. And we are only 1 point away from, I believe it's Crystal Palace uh, in fourth position. So, listen, regardless of the drop points against Everton and West Ham and all the other ones, Forest, etc., we still find ourselves in and amongst the top four. But and I was telling my guy this that when he was asking me, do I think that? And he's a Chelsea fan. He was asking me, do you think you can finish top four? And I said, yeah. Before the season, I didn't think so, but during the season, I do. And I said to him, it's not so much that I have faith in how good we are. It's just that the league is a mess right now. The league is all over the place. No one can seem to be consistent, bar from Arsenal. City and Villa are finding some consistency, but bar Arsenal, bar City, who you expect to win games, everyone else is a bit all over the place, and it's showing because the fact that we're 1 point off top four with the way we've been playing, like it's crazy still. So listen, a win on the road again. We have been good away from home, but yeah, do I really take anything from this game? Has it really changed how I feel? Not really. Not at all, to be honest. Kobe Mainoo comes on at 78 minutes, 77 minutes for a little cameo. And that's what it has to take for Kobe Mainoo to get minutes. You have to be at bottom of the league. You haven't won a game all season. And you have to be 3-1 up, I believe it was at the time, for Kobe Mainoo to get some minutes. Boy, we got Bournemouth next week. Bournemouth next Monday Night Football again. And that's going to be a tough game. That's going to be a tough game. It won't be like this game. So let us see if we can get back-to-back wins and push ourselves into the top four. Um, I still feel the same. I still feel the same. Like I said, this game, this win, it doesn't really change much for me, man. But hey, it is what it is. I'll see you guys tomorrow or later in the week. We'll be doing a Champions League roundup at some point. So just wait on that. And of course, I'll see you for the Premier League action on the weekend and the Bournemouth game. So I'll see you then. I'll catch you on the next one. Like, comment, share, subscribe, my people, man. Love.